The Priest Tourist, or the Hunter Tourist, I should say, is from Priest, and they get a 3-mana 3/3 battle card. Choose 2 minions, swap their stats. Okay, I actually think that this is a really good card in general. We talked about it in the last review thing. I think it's a card that even if Priest doesn't want any of the Hunter cards, this card's playable in Priest. So let's see what Hunter got this expansion. Chatty Maaw, 3-mana 3/3 battle card. Repeat the last spell you cast at an enemy at random. Enemy if possible. And it's a beast and pirate. Repeat the last spell you cast at an enemy. Okay. Does anyone know if this means if I cast Psychic Scream, that doesn't mean I cast the spell at an enemy, right? That means I just cast the spell. So it has to target an enemy, I'm guessing was what it means. Not sure how good that really is in terms of Hunter. It seems really good. In Priest, does Priest have anything that really speaks volumes to this card? This doesn't count casting at enemies, right? You're just casting the spell, so you can't recast that. I guess this counts if you cast it at an enemy. Okay, so then we have to I guess. Okay, I'm not sure if Priest really wants this card. Seems really okay, is it just, before I even get into this, is it just weird that Priest and Hunter are the ones together? Is it just me? I think that's very strange. I don't know. Mind control? Oh yeah, I guess there's the sensory deprivation, right? So, you could do this and then do it again. That might be okay. I don't know. I'm not, that's whatever. I think it's a good card though. Sure, Hunter will see play. It's a beast and a pirate. It's also really old. Chatty Maaw. Stop repeating yourself. Stop repeating yourself. All right. Parrot Sanctuary. 2-mana location. Your next battlecry minion costs 1 less. After you play a battlecry minion, reopen this. Broken. Mana cheat 3 times for 2 mana. And you could do it all in the same turn. Did you know it's very loud in a Parrot Sanctuary? This has been bird facts with Ranger Gilly. Ranger who? Even Priest Flame want this. Why is it for Hunter? I mean, is it not just good with this? You play this costs 2 mana. If you have 2 of them, then you're paying 4 mana to cast the spell twice. He's very strong. It's good for a druid too. If you get it off the Elise card or whatever, I forget what character it is at this point. The legendary that druid got, it's actually really good. Seems like a good card. Priest might want this too. It's just in general a pretty decent card. Sets you up. You could have this preemptively down, and then your battlecry minion that you have to play on turn 8 can now be played on turn 7. And I think that's just really, really good. You can do that 3 times. And you could stack locations too. That's also true. Keep saying Priest, but the only Taurus card can go into Priest, right? Only the Taurus card can go into Priest. If you put the Priest Taurus card into this, you get to use all the Hunter cards other than their Taurus cards. I think that's really strong. What's the raunchy card reveal? We'll watch at the end. Furious Fowls, 6 mana. Choose an enemy. Summon 2/3/2 birds with a summon 2/3/2 birds with immune while attacking to attack it. Angry Bird. Oh my god. 6 mana to deal 6 damage and they're immune. So I guess the theory is you play this and then you play this afterwards to do it again for 3 mana. You could also just point this at your face or the enemy face. So it's worst case scenario, it's 6 mana, deal 6 damage as long as you have the board space. And then you could recast it with Chatty Maaw. I don't know. I really don't think Priest wants this, but Hunter probably likes this. It'd go past Taunt, yeah. It would target whatever you picked. Chatty Maaw means that it wouldn't guarantee go face every single time. But then you also get the birds. Like the birds are also there. They don't have rush. Seems okay. Not sure if you really need this. I don't think like why you would want this. I guess the synergy with Chatty Maaw is really what it is. Deathroll. 5 mana, destroy an enemy minion. Deal damage equal to its attack and randomly split among all enemies. Okay, so chat, I'm gonna say something. When Blizzard flew me out to do some stuff with them, I think this card's broken. I think this card's so good. I actually, when I read this card for the first time, I thought it meant you destroy your. I thought it meant you destroyed an enemy minion, and then its attack dealt damage to your side of the board. And then I reread it, and I was like, oh wait a minute, that card's nuts. You know why this card's so good? Is because if there's only one big minion on the opponent's side, only one big minion, you play this, and then it does all of their damage on your opponent's face. Actually nuts. Crazy card here. Crazy card here. Removal and damage in one spell for one card for Hunter. Very, very strong card, I think. And Priest might play this card just because it's good. Like, so it seems so strange. Just the answer to hand buff Paladin. I don't know if that's the case. I guess they felt like Hunter didn't have a great way of dealing with one big minion, which I don't know for sure. Like it fits really nicely into Highlander Hunter too, which is a good card. But it's so nuts. It's such a strong card, it feels like. Like even if like you kill like a mediocre taunt, like it's still good. Like you're more than happy just to deal damage and remove a minion and push your damage further. Which makes me think that like aggro face Hunter is going to be like a playable deck if that ends up being the case, because you could play this, right? And then if your opponent plays another big minion, you just play a Chatty Maaw and then you do it again. Because it will hit an enemy minion. Like it seems like such a good card. It seems like such a good card. It seems really, really strong. Also, I do believe this is the first time that Hunter, the Hunter class, which is funny to say, got a card that just destroys an enemy minion. Like you get to pick. It's so good. Seems like such a strong card. Sasquaak, 7 mana, 4/5. Battle cry, repeat each card you played last turn. He makes your last turn this turn, but if you play him next turn, your next turn is this turn. Doing both would make this turn last turn and next turn this turn. Which turn is this next turn last turn? Yo, Prondex, thanks for the sub, bro. Sorry I missed that. 7 mana, 4/5 to repeat each card you played last turn. Okay, so remind ourselves here, chat, that Murazond didn't proc the battle cries. It only played the card. So if you play like this, you will not get the effect. You will only get the minion. But if you play this, you will get the spell. So that makes this card a little bit worse. But that being said, it's probably still a really good card. And will probably be played. 7 mana for a 4/5 that repeats this. It's good with the song. What song? Holy moly, Puppet Theaters. Ew. Ew. Oh, the location is so gross. If you played 6 of the 1-cost mechs on turn 6, then Sasquaak, it's pretty scary. What's the 1-cost mechs? It's a very cool card. And Priest may want this card as well. There's just so like Priest is probably gonna play this card for sure. Seems like a very good card. Also a big bird. Who doesn't love big birds? Ah. Okay, let's continue. Ranger Gilly. Get someone who looks at you the way Ranger Gilly looks at the Crocolisk. 6 mana 4/6 warrior tourist. At the end of your turn, get a 2/3 Crocolisk. Deathroll will give all minions in your hand at +2/+3. And this is what the Crocolisk looks like. Wow. Not a river anymore, chat. It's an island. Ranger Gilly. Give all minions in your hand +2/+3. So this card's interesting because you do have the decision of like not killing it and then just get 2/3 beasts in their hand, which is whatever. The death rattle is kind of whatever too. Very slow card. Very slow card. There is Yellowing Yodeler though that does actually work with this card, which is kind of nice. I'm just not sure how much you really want this effect. I think this is probably one of the tourists that really, like, you probably need to see the warrior cards first before you're like, oh shit, like this might be really good. And I don't think warrior's been revealed, right chat? I could be wrong, but I don't think it has been revealed. And priest can't play this card, so we don't even have to discuss it. I think this card's okay, but I think it really depends on how good the warrior is. Yeah, you have the sandwich. You're right. You do have the sandwich. That's fair. So we'll have to come back to Ranger Gilly here when we see how good the warrior cards are. But at the moment, like if I'm basing this purely off Hunter, I don't think Hunter's playing this. I think there's just better stuff for you to do. There's way better stuff for you to do. It's too slow. Who gives a fuck about a 2/3 Crocolisk at the end of your turn? 6 mana 4/6. Yeah, bro, blow me. All right, catch of the day. 1 mana 3/3 rush. Battlecry summon a 2/1 worm for your opponent. This is the worm. It's a beast. Man, that worm does look delicious. Am I right, everybody? The thing about this card in particular is a 1 mana 3/3 with rush is pretty massive. I don't think this card's good in priest or hunter unless you play. I'm gonna go to this card real fast because I think this card's broken. Trusty Fishing Rod. 3 mana 1/2 after your hero attacks, summoning 1 cost minion from your deck. Chat, I'm gonna make a claim here right now. This is one of the best cards of the set. I think this card's insane. This reminds me of Ankar, but arguably better because you actually get to play it, and you get to do 2 damage on top of it. I think it's really, really strong. I'm surprised they made this card. It seems very, very strong. This card's nuts. This card runs on priest too. Maybe, yeah, actually, this is good. Like if you play this, like I was thinking when I saw this card, you coin into this on 2, and then you get to swing twice, and you get 2 3/3s, and you deal 2 damage to the weapon. Like that just seems insane. Like, and you draw a card. Like this card seems so strong in my head. It's nuts. It's absolutely insane. Like it is 3 mana to draw 2 cards and play them immediately. That just seems too good. So, in an aggro hunter deck, which I think will be playable, I think that's what you're gonna go for. And then there's also Pet Pirate. 2 mana 1/1. Battlecry, repeat the last 1 cost card you played, and it's a beast, which is also really good. Because if you do have Catch of the Day in your hand, and then you Trusty Fishing on it, which is hilarious with flavor, you get to play this, and then you get another Catch of the Day. So you get another 1 mana 3/3 with rush. So that seems very strong. I'm not sure how much you really need this. Like maybe Automaton Priest is actually like a real deck now with like all this stuff. But I think this card is disgustingly good. Read the flavor text of Fish Rod. That's weird. I can only catch magic carps with this old fishing rod. No, it's actually pretty good. And then there's Bird Watching. 2 mana, discover a minion from your deck, give all copies of it +2/+1. Wherever they are. I don't even know what you want this for. Because it's not a copy. You get the minion in your hand. So like, does Hunter need a 2 mana card that gives something to your hand immediately? Maybe. Does Priest need this? I don't think Priest needs this. Unless you really need the +2/+1. Maybe it kind of goes sicko with like the card they got from Titans with Priest, and then you play Bird Watching after. Automaton. I mean, are you really gonna do that though? Maybe Automaton Priest is like really, really good. Maybe that's the strat. I don't know. I think overall Hunter looks pretty good. I'm not gonna tell you guys how it goes, but like I'm pretty confident Hunter is gonna be playable for this expansion. I think it's a very good set. And I think Priest will just look at these and be like, do I want to play some of these? Maybe. Like if Automaton Priest ends up being good, Trusting Fishing Rod is really, really strong, right? And then if they want the slower cards, like this is a fine card. They can maybe do this in Priest, right? Like Sasquaak's good. Again, I will have to wait to see how good Ranger Gilly truly is before we talk about like, does Hunter really want to add this card? Because the nice thing about Taurus is even if the card is dog and you get to add like a lot of really good cards to your deck, then it's probably worth it, right? That's the thing. So I think overall Hunter looks really strong. I'm excited. And well, I'm not excited. I don't want to lose games, but yeah, that's pretty much it. All right.